With my camera in my hand, I guess, more shit goes down than without it being in my hand. Like, I'll go out and party and I'll see some weird shit still just because people know me. They want to show me their boobs or want to do funny, weird things with me just to have that moment with me. But if I have a camera, it's completely different. Like, it's just off the rails. You know, people just do wild shit just to get onto the site.
So I was born in Moscow, Russia. We moved to America in 1990 and grew up in like a little bit of Brooklyn and then New Jersey. And then as soon as I can get the fuck out of New Jersey, I always went to New York. The city's just so amazing that on every street corner something's happening. There's always something to see. So when you're like a little kid from suburban New Jersey, it's like, yeah, I want to go there and hang out. So when I dropped out of college, I literally moved straight to New York City and was just doing graphic design and fucking around at comedy clubs, and then somehow fell into this nightlife scene. The city's just so fast-paced that you have to be equally as fast-paced, and like, I think a lot of art has to start in New York. But I feel like New York is like the place that like molds you. It just makes you strong because there's just so much competition and so much criticism that if you can, as cheesy as it sounds, make it here, you can make it anywhere. So New York has definitely molded my career. I could not have done this in like another city because I can only be in one place or two clubs in a night. Like in New York, Kirill was here, can literally be here in like 10 parties in one night. Like I'll just hop around and I leave my little mark in each room.
I think I lead a completely visual life, whether it's through my photography or just being an artist. I used to paint and draw and do graphic design, or whether I'm just literally can sit on a park bench for like hours and just watch people. I'm kind of a voyeur, I think, in life, which is, I think, shows through my photography. I don't like posed photos. Yeah, I think a lot of nights I just live through my camera. I don't even realize that I'm partying. It's just, I'm just like documenting, and I have way more fun doing that than just going out without it. So I got into this by just partying with DJs all the time, and after a while I just got bored just being the drunk kid in the DJ booth, and I was like, I think I need to find some purpose. And I always had a camera, so I just like played around with it in the DJ booth, like took photos of DJs, and then one night I got really drunk, just went out on the dance floor and shot the party. And everyone was like, where can I see these photos? So from there, I was like, all right, I guess I'll build a website and I'll just start running around and take photos. So the site in the beginning was just like more of like an experiment. It was just like a branding and marketing experiment to see how big I can get a website and a brand. So I was like, let me build a site right, clean, no ads, just straight photos. Let me build like a dope logo that people recognize over time. And that's like, it took off in that direction. Like, you know, everyone's Facebook profile photos in like in New York City for a year were like my photos with my watermark. So that's how it got recognized. And then I think only recently I've been able to kind of push it more artistically, just because now I have more of a voice and like a little bit of an authority in photography and like nightlife. So I started like getting a little more fun and creative and getting to do what I really, really want to do. The whole outlook of the site and my brand is just kind of like stepping out of like how everyone thinks nightlife is serious, and it's not. So to me, whether it's my Twitter personality, just making fun of everyone, or the type of photos I take, they usually have some sort of humor or like sex involved. And when I first started, I was like, this is just a joke. Like, it's like I have a day job, this is just for fun. And within 2 weeks, I shot LMFAO before they were famous at a nightclub. And then a week after I took that photo, they called me. They're like, we want to buy these photos for our album, for their like debut album. And I was like, whoa, wait, okay, this is something then. Like, people kind of like fuck with me, even though I don't take myself seriously. Other people took me seriously. And so they introduced me to a lot of people. Like Little John ended up buying a photo for his single. And then like other milestones have been like 8-Track co-signing me, where he wanted me to be his photographer for like a year when we toured together. I shot with them, but I partied with them, and we became friends like that night. Anytime I go out, I'm just like the fun guy with a camera, not the serious guy like trying to get that artsy shot. It's like, I'll get the photo if I get the photo, but to me it's more about having a good time. It's a good stroking of your ego, where people just want to like go to your site and love your work and try to relive their night, or live through your nights because they can't. Like, not everyone can be in New York. Not everyone can get into this club or to this party. Not everyone can be backstage with like Kanye or LMFAO or any of these artists. So they kind of get to, like, you know, some kid sitting in the Midwest who's like, doesn't really have a crazy life, logs on and kind of lives that night with me almost, you know. And like I think one of the first taglines we tried to come up for the site was like, my site doesn't have a doorman. Like, you get to see everything that I saw and experience it with me. You kind of have to be in it like more than 100% and be ready for like so much bullshit, like to deal with all these egos in nightlife and corporate policies. And I honestly think that I would not do it again if I had to. I was in a weird place, I think, in my life when I started, and I don't think I could ever do it again.